Thursday of Holy Week is called in many of our churches MAUNDY Thursday. It is the day on the evening of which Jesus celebrated the Passover for the last time with his disciples. And then, having celebrated the feast, he instituted what we call the Eucharist or Holy Communion, lifting up the bread, breaking it, distributing it, saying, "This is my body broken for you. This do in remembrance of me." Lifting up the cup, distributing it so that they could each drink from it, and saying, "Drink from this, all of you, for this is my blood, shed for the remission of sins." As often as you eat this bread and drink this cup, you proclaim the Lord's death until he comes. Do this in remembrance of me. But it didn't stop there. He also, after supper, took off his outer garment, wrapped himself with a towel as a slave would have done in those days, got down on his knees, and one by one washed the disciples' feet. It was a Passover that fulfilled all Passovers. It was a Jewish ritual into which he breathed deeper meaning. The Passover is, of course, a celebration of the deliverance of the ancient Jews out of the bondage of slavery by the hand of God through Moses. Jesus and Moses are alike and yet are different from one another in various ways. They are alike one another in that both of them bring deliverance and freedom. In Moses' case, he brought deliverance from physical slavery. He brought freedom from the oppression of the ancient Egyptian empire. But Jesus and Moses, and Jesus, to finish the thought, is like that in that he brings deliverance from the slavery of sin. And he brings freedom from the bondage of our pasts so that we can serve God and love God with all our hearts. So they're alike in some ways, but they're also not alike in other ways. In Moses' case, the enemies die. The angel of death visits. Firstborn in every household of Egypt dies. The armies of Egypt chase the Israelites and die in the Red Sea. And Miriam dances on the seashore and sings. In Moses' case, if they're met with opposition along the way to the promised land, they fight wars and enemies die. In Jesus' case, the enemies are forgiven, and the only one who dies is him. Moses instituted the law and the one true religion. Jesus replaces the law with love, and he replaces religion with a living relationship with God. On Maundy Thursday, Jesus gave a command. The word Maundy means command. And the command was that after he had washed the disciples' feet, he commanded them to repeat that action, to do what he was doing. I'm washing your feet. Now you guys wash one another's feet, and you wash the feet of the world. You go out as servants. You go out with servants' hearts. You voluntarily take the lowest place, because the greatest in the kingdom is the servant of all. And if you want to follow Jesus, you must be like Jesus. And so we do not seek to lord over others. We do not seek to gain political power. We do not seek to coerce others through any means. We lay aside all violence. We lay aside all means to an end that are contrary to the teachings of Jesus. And we do what he has said. We gird ourselves, we take the place of the servant, and we go forth to meet the needs of the world. This is Jesus' commandment. If we love him, we will keep his commandments.